Okay, so Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Let's talk about today's topic. So we're gonna go through the slides that we have just did. So we know about our intention, and inshallah, doing it for the sake of Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. And we need the patience and perseverance, and we learn and teach. We talked about three kinds of words: ism, fail, and harf. We talked about the four properties of ism. We have done status, number, and gender. We just did the exercise on status, number, of gender. We know about three kinds of status: rafa, nasab, and jar. We also talked about the two kinds of gender, masculine and feminine. We also talked about the singular, dual, and plural from our chart and without our chart. Okay. Then we say how to find status for sound and combination. We talked about those also, right? Ending combination and ending sound, and always ending combination first. Look for the combination first. Your combination should be all memorized. Okay. These were our chart, the heavy and the light chart. The heavy, and we saw some of the words like mushfikai, rijlaini, some of the dual charts, some of the feminines, qani too. Okay, we already saw them in our exercise. Okay, so please go through the chart. If it's still not 100% in your head, please go through them again and again. Okay. Next one we talked about, one of the subtopic was flexibility, which we already just talked about. The people like names, the non-Arab names are partly flexible, like Ibrahim. We talked about Firaun, Samud. All these names are partly flexible. Partly flexible cannot take kasra, cannot take tanween. Okay, non-flexible words usually they end with alif maksura or alif, like Musa, Isa, Yahya, Zakaria. There are four prophets' names. Okay, but there were other non-flexible words, and we're going to look at some of them today. So those are words with meaning, but those are also non-flexible. And I said that when I go through the topics, and I will mention that these are non-flexible words. Okay, for the timing, that there are four names in the Quran kind of non-flexible. Musa, Isa, Yahya, and Zakaria, because they finish with alif maksura or straight alif. Okay, there are other words like haza is also a non-flexible, and there's more words coming like that, inshallah. Okay, and I'll mention those ones. So non-flexible, rafa, nasab, and jar is always jar. Okay, whenever you see alif maksura at the end, okay, this sounds like an alif, okay, and it looks like a ya without the dot, that it is non-flexible. We had one of the exercise, we had a word called asa. Okay, asa means staff, the Musa, the staff. So that is also non-flexible word because it ends with alif maksura. Okay, aqsa. Aqsa, there was another word in exercise, Aqsa, Masjid al-Aqsa that we said, right? Aqsa means something that is far away. Okay, so Aqsa also ends with alif maksura. Okay, so that is also a non-flexible word. Okay, then we talked about our gender, how to determine gender, biological, feminine, mother, sisters. We have few words. What is mother in Arabic? What is sister? We have already given those words. Okay, aunts is called khala in Arabic. Okay, and then we have ta marbuta. It's a very good sign that as soon as you see ta marbuta, it is feminine. Alif mamduda and alif maksura, if they are followed by three letters before them. There are three letters before them in that word, and it ends, the fourth letter is alif maksura, alif mamduda, then they're feminine. And alif mamduda is not very common, it's rare, and there's only few of them, and they mostly means color in Arabic, colors. Okay, different colors. Okay, body parts in pair, we already talked about that. Names of places, Misr, Makkah, okay, all these names of places are also feminine. Non-human plurals, non-human plurals, and now we know non-human broken plurals and non-human normal plural, any plurals are from the feminine group. Okay, and there are words that because the Arab said so, and we memorize those words. Okay, then we talked about number, singular, dual, and plural. We say there are 6 kinds of plural, 3 from the chart: una, ina, atun, atin. So atun, atin we divided in 2 groups. One atun, atin is for the human feminine, okay, and like muslimatun, solihatun, like this, and one inhuman is for non-human, but it's still the combination atun and atin. Okay, so like ayatin, as the brother Shiraz was asking, ayatun and ayatin, those are like from this non-human group. Ayat is non-human, right? Okay. Then we talked about broken plural, human broken plural, non-human broken plural. I have given you this chart in the last PDF. These are some examples. These are not the only one. Some of the examples of broken plurals, and there are plural by meaning, as our brother Mayin was mentioning, kaum, kan, and all these things. We already given you these 8 words. These are the plural because the Arab says, I mean the meaning, because by the meaning, because the meaning is like a group of people. Okay, so this is what we do so far. So we're going to jump on to our 4th properties today, and it's the easy one actually. The 4th is called the type. So status number, what is type? Okay, type actually depends on the definitivity of the word. Okay, what I mean by that, if a word is definite, then it is called proper, and if it is not, it's common. Okay, what I mean by that? Okay, let's go. Usually common words, that is common means that is general. So if I say, I like to go to masjid, I like to go to masjid, I didn't mention which masjid. Okay, it could be the masjid next to my house, or it could be masjid in Auburn Gallipoli. Okay, so it's any masjid. But if I say I like to go to the masjid, or I like to go to that masjid, I'm specifying one, then it's not common anymore. I'm talking about a special masjid. Okay, I like to go to the Quaker Hill Masjid. I mentioned it with the name. Okay, at that time it's not common, it's not general anymore, it become proper. Okay, so this common and proper is the English term actually. Okay, it's English term because we don't want to give you the Arabic term, and crowd your head with a lot of Arabic jargons. So common means when something is, not specified. Something is, a general thing. Okay, and proper is something that is mentioned, and it is specific because of some of the things that we say, like, that book, that teacher, my cat. So when you say my cat, I'm not talking about all the cats in the world. I'm talking about my cat. So it's become a specific one. Okay, so common and proper. This is another type of another property of the ism. So when an ism is given, it's gender now, it's number now, the status is rafana sabarja. And when you look at it, you must know whether it is a common or a proper. How are you going to know common and proper? That's what we're going to learn today, inshallah ta'ala. By default, words are common. Words are Arabic in common. Remember, we said by default words are also heavy. Okay, and whenever a word has tanween, double fatha, double kasra, double damma, then it is common. That's one of the reasons. Okay, if the word has few things, and we're going to talk about 7 things. If the word has those 7 things, then they are proper. Okay, then they are proper. Okay, or 7 types of reasons for things to be proper. Other than that, if you see a tun, like example we did by tun, house, I didn't talk about which house. So anytime you say like, if I say, jannatan, okay, with a fatha, like whenever you see fatha, kasra, dhamma in double, meaning tanween, then they are common. Okay, for example, these are the 7 categories of proper words. Okay, so if the word doesn't fall in the 7 categories, then they are common. Okay, just like we did the 6 categories of feminine reason, right? If the word doesn't come into the 6 categories, then it's a masculine word, because by default mostly things are masculine. Just like that, by default mostly things are common, but there are 7 reasons to be ism to become proper. Okay, what are the names? Like proper names, in English we call them proper nouns, right? So any name, like Aliya, Tawkir, Ahmed, Dhaka, Yusuf, these are names are always specific. It's not common. If I say, my friend name is Ahmed, okay, or Ahmed is a nice man, okay, I'm talking about a particular Ahmed. There could be many Ahmed in the world, but I'm talking about a particular. I'm not saying that if I say all Ahmeds in the world are a very good person, that's a different thing. But the name Ahmed, okay, or if I say I'm from Dhaka, I'm not from any, Dhaka is the name of a city, okay? It's not from all the cities of the world. So it's specific. So any name of people or places are proper. They are not common. Any name of places and people are common. Like, the word Samud we talked about, it's a specific name of a nation. It's not every nation. So that's why it's proper. Okay. Number 2, the word that has al, very easy. Okay, so and we also know the word that has al, there ism, always ism, right? So the word that has al, that are always proper. Words with al cannot have tanween. We already talked about that, right? Note this doesn't mean that words with al are light. Recall that light ism do not take tanween. When a word has al, it's neither light nor heavy. We already talked about this, okay, when we talked about al. So whenever you see a word with a al, it is proper, okay, because al means da, and da specifies things. Okay, the house, the car, the masjid, okay, the book. Okay, so you're talking about something specific. Anytime you see al, it's a dead giveaway, it is a proper. Okay, and obviously when there is al, tanween cannot stay. Okay, so in the C it says handy tip. If you see a ism with a tanween, the ism is common, which is I told you already before, right? If you see an ism with a tanween, the ism is. So this is 2 things. The first thing, proper names, and second is words with al. Let's go to the 3rd one. Pronouns are also proper, and we're gonna have a separate talk. In fact, our next lesson within a week or 2, we'll talk about pronouns, and pronouns are super important in Arabic lessons. Okay, so at the moment you don't know what is he, I, we, they in Arabic. We're going to talk about it. We'll have a separate 1 or 2 lessons only on pronouns. Okay, but just remember, pronouns are always proper because it makes sense, right? If I'm talking, you know, he is my friend. So who I'm talking to? I'm talking to a specific person, he, right? If I say we are Muslim, talking about we of us. Yes, it could be many of us, but it's still talking about we. You know, in any kind of pronoun is proper. Any kind of pronoun is proper. Pointers, like, you know, these, that, these, those. You know, these are the 4 pointers in English, like, okay, so these, you know, THIS, that means far away, these and those. These are also proper, okay? And we'll have a separate class for pointers when the time comes, inshallah, okay? So pronouns, pointers, okay? Ism mausul, okay? This is something new, okay? And we're going to talk about a bit more today about this, okay? These are the few words, okay? These are called ism mausul, okay? They are kind of pointer, but not exactly like the pointer, like allazi, alladina, allati. And you know, many times you hear the recitation say, Ya ayyuhalladina amanu, okay? In the Surah Nas, alladhi yuwaswisu fi sudurin nas, alladhi, okay? There are words called allati. So these are called ism mausul. They're special type of words. And we're going to talk about a little bit more, inshallah ta'ala. Let's go through all the points. So ism mausuls are also proper, okay? Number 6, the one being called. Okay, this is a special one. The harf is used to call person is yeah. So sometimes, you know, in English we use hey nowadays. Okay, say, hey brother, can you come here? Okay, this hey, or you know, sometime to show respect we say Mr. Karim. Okay, or we give some title, or we call with some, you know, word. These are called kind of harf they use to call someone. In Arabic they use yeah, like as I said, ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, ya nabi, ya Allah. Okay, we say like this. Okay, we use the word yeah. This yeah, whenever you see this yeah, it makes things proper. So this is proper, okay? Yeah, the word following yeah is always light and proper. And also the word that comes after yeah, it is always light. It is always light and always proper. So if I say Ya Allah, okay, obviously Allah, the word Allah is light. And we talked about the word Allah is special word. It's always light, although it can take all the forms, okay, U, and E. But Ya Allah, in the word that comes after yeah, that is light, not heavy, okay, and is proper. And this is the second reason, almost, you know, the second reason that, you know, a word becomes light. Now, remember, word becomes light is partly flexible. This is another reason that, you know, when there's a yeah, the word after yeah is light and proper, because when calling someone, you are addressing a specific person. When you say yeah, you say yeah Rasul, okay, so it's specific. You give the word yeah at the beginning to call someone, you know, and it's been used so many times in the Quran, okay, more than 100 times. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu, ya nabi, okay. So when you say ya Musa, when Allah is talking to Musa, Allah say ya Musa, okay, ya Yahya, ya Yusuf, okay. So obviously those are names, but even with the ya, if you call someone ya, and the word that comes after yeah is always light. Okay, everybody clear on that? So if you see yeah, and it's a calling, it's not the yeah at the end of a word. Remember that this is a separate yeah, is the beginning, like as I said, Ya Allah, Ya Nabi, Ya Rasul, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu. Okay, so it comes before the word, not the letter yeah, it's yeah with an alif, yeah with an alif. Okay, and also do not confuse this yeah with the thing. Okay, let's say someone is asking question. Is word after yeah always fatha? Is what no, not always. Okay, we'll talk about it later, brother. Okay, when the time comes. Okay, not always fatha. Okay, it is not. Okay, we'll talk about it, inshallah. If the word for your information, if the word is a mudaf, then it is nasab. Okay, it's not fatha all the time. Okay, so the following year is always light and proper, because when calling someone, you're addressing some specific person. Okay, number 7, if the ism after off is proper, then the ism before off is proper. What does that mean? It means we're going to talk about it more, inshallah, in 2-3 weeks time. If I talk about 2 ism and there's a word of in between, if I say house of Allah, there's 2 words, house and Allah, and in between there is of. If I say masjid of the believer, masjid of the believer. So the word, there's 2 words, one before of, one after of. If the word that comes after of is proper, then the word before is also become proper. Like when I say house of Allah, okay, the word house itself is common because I don't know which house I'm talking about. But because it is in a relationship of house of Allah, the word Allah is proper because the name of our Lord Allah. So because the word Allah is proper, the house is also become proper in that relationship. So if you have a relationship of words, they are related with each other with the of, okay, then the word after of is proper, the word before of also become proper. If you don't understand the 7, if it's confusing to you, do not worry too much, okay? Just learn up to point 6. The point 7 we're going to talk about soon, inshallah, and that time it will be clear, okay? So what are the 7? First thing, anybody's name, any place's names is proper, okay? Number 2, if you see al is proper. It's very easy to remember. Pronoun, you know what is pronoun calls, right? I, we, he, she, okay? And we said we're going to talk more about pronouns, okay? When the time comes. At the moment, you just know that English pronouns, Arabic pronouns are always proper. Pointers, what is pointers? These, that, these, those, okay? These are, also proper. Ism mausul, alladhi, allati, these are also proper, okay? And I'm going to show you a chart about ism mausul. And the number 6 is ya. Ya is also proper. Ya is also proper, okay? So, and the number 7 is a ism after of, and we're going to talk about number 7 later. If you don't understand, that's fine. You can hold on to that. Okay. Let's look at this type one more time. So proper names, words with al, pronouns, pointers, ism mausul. Okay. The one being called if there's some. So this is all in a quick, short way to just for you to understand. This chart, which just looks like our Muslim chart, this is the chart of ism mausul. Ism mausul. So alladhi means the one who. Allazi yuwaswisu fi sudurin nas, right? So alladhi means the one who, and this is masculine. Allati, the one who is feminine. Okay. Alladhani and allatani is dual. Okay, just like Muslimani, Muslimatani. So again, these are dual. So zani and tani. Okay. And alladhina, look at this ina. But here, I'm telling you from experience because don't get confused that oh, it should be una, it's rafa and nasab. No, all these words, especially not all these words, plural and singular, they are non-flexible. They are non-flexible. These are our new list of non-flexible also. So alladhi, allati, alladina, allati. Okay, these are non-flexible words. So they are rafa, nasab, and jar is same. Okay, don't go by ina here. The alladina has a ina. Don't say oh, alladina is a ina, so this is maybe nasab or jar. No, allazi, allati, alladina, and allati. Okay, all this, the singular and the plural one, they are non-flexible, like Musa, the word Musa. Okay, although they don't have alif maksura, they don't have alif, but that's why they are separate. That's why we are learning about this word in a separate way because they're a special group. This group is called Ism Mausul, and they are non-flexible. What is non-flexible mean? Rafa, Nasab, and Jar. So if I give you in the exam, find the status of the word alladhina. What should be answer? Your answer should be Rafa, Nasab, and Jar. All 3 answers should be right. The dual one, alladhani and allatani, they have other version. Like, alladhani is, alladhaini, allatani is allatani. But we don't learn too much of that because that's not been used in the Quran too much. Just remember alladhani and allatani is a dual form. Okay, that's much is done. What is the nasab? What is the jar version? You don't need to worry about it now. Okay, so singular, plural are non-flexible, meaning rafa, nasab, and jar are the same. Okay, and look at the spelling. This one allazi and this is alladina. This is allati, and this one, the allati, the plural allati, the feminine one, it looks exactly the same. There's very little difference. Okay, this one alif and then lam has a shadda. Okay, and this one is alif, but this is lam with another alif. So allati. Okay, this is called allati. Okay, why Mosul are not pronouns? Okay, why Mosul are not? Because they are not pronouns. Because they could be pointing to a group of people that could be feminine and singular. Okay, because they have a meaning. The one who is not a pronoun. Pronouns are pronouns. Okay, pronouns are he, she, we, I, they. These are the pronoun. These are kind of pointer, like the one who do this one. Okay, the one who she does this one. Okay, so this is not. It's not replace. What is pronoun? Pronoun means replace the noun. but they're not replacing a noun. They're just telling something that someone is doing. So the one who prays every day. Okay, the person who prays every day. Okay, so given an example. Okay, it's not like he's praying every day because pronoun became specific. But here it's a group. We're talking the one who prays every day will go to Jannah. So we're talking about anybody who prays every day is going to Jannah. Okay, I'm just giving an example. So that's why they are not categorized as pronoun, but there is special group Ism Mausul, and there are advanced studies about Ism Mausul. But for our level, as long as you see this word in the Quran, you should know there is Ism Mausul. You should know they are proper, not common, because that's what we're saying here in the number 5. Ism Mausul is proper, and they are non-flexible also when it allazi, allati, alladina, and allati. Okay, there are 2 more words in the Ism Mausul group. Okay, they're not in the chart. These are the 2 words also commonly used in the Quran. They are called ma and man. Okay, ma means what and man means who. Now, the word ma has several meanings in the Quran. Okay, one of the meaning is what or whatever, whatever. Okay, one of the meaning. Ma could also mean no. We're gonna learn about it later. Okay, ma could also mean sometime with a long what do you call that, mud. It means water also. It means water. Okay, but one of the meaning of ma is what. Now you can say, brother, how am I going to know which would mean? You will know, inshallah. You do the course, inshallah, you will know. Okay, don't worry. Okay, so for the being, that ma means what, man means who. Okay, man is allazi yashfa'u. Okay, so man means who or whoever, who or whoever. So these 2 words, these are ism mausul. These are not harf. These are ism mausul, and they are non-flexible. So ma, when it is rafa, it is ma. Nasab is ma. Jar is ma. Man, rafa, nasab, and jar is man, 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 man. Okay, because they are non-flexible and they are ism mausul. Okay, so ma and man is also ism mausul. So what do you know about ism mausul? We have a chart for ism mausul. These are your new vocabulary. Allazi, the one who, allati, the one who feminine. Alladina, those who, allati is those who feminine. And the dual, if you want to memorize the dual, that's fine. Alladani and allatani, these are the dual one. And ma and man. And what is the special quality of ism mausul? That they are proper, they are non-flexible. What is their gender and number? It's already in the chart. So if I give you word allazi, the first one, the one who, what is the status? Your answer should be rafa, nasab, and jar, because they're non-flexible. What is their number? Singular, dual, plural. It's already in the singular column, right? So it's singular, the one who. Okay, we're not saying the those who, the one who, singular. Is it masculine or feminine? It's masculine. It's in the chart here. See, masculine, the one who. Okay, and what is the type? Is it proper or common? It is proper. Okay, same with ma. And ma, if it's masculine or feminine, man, is it masculine or feminine? Okay, both of them considered as masculine. Sometimes they use as feminine as well, but don't worry too much about ma and man's gender at the moment. Okay, and number. They could be used in a different ways. Okay, and we're gonna learn a few of those later when the time comes. Okay, for the time being, for ma and man, you remember they are under the same group of ism mausul, so they are also non-flexible. Rafa, nasab, and jar. Their status could be rafa, nasab, or jar, and they are under the ism mausul group. That's why they're always proper. They're always proper. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I have to share the homework. I'm going to explain the homework to you, and it's a big homework. So I don't expect you to do the homework in 1 week. So you have to give me the homework, submit the homework in maybe 2 weeks time. Okay, but not more than 2 weeks. If you can do it in 1 week, that's fine. Okay, before we do the homework, just quickly do a very quick exercise in the here, and you tell me that what do you think about these types. Okay, so is it common or proper? So ajaban. Okay, ajaban. Okay, is it common or proper? You can answer in the chat window, or you can just say it.
It's common.
Common. Why do you say common?
It's
yes. No. Tanwin.
Tanwin.
Okay, it's tanwin. Double fatha. Right. So we said anytime you see tanwin, they're common. Brothers and other brothers and sisters, understand why this one is common? Because none of the 7 reasons is here, and also we give you a handy tip. Whenever you see tanwin, it is common. Okay. Next one, an-nasa. Is it common or proper? Sister, you answer in the chat, please. Brother Jahid said O. No, it should be C or P, brother. So same is it common or proper? Proper. Yes, good. Why proper?
Al.
Al. The al is there. Sometimes al doesn't get sounded up, okay, but it is proper. Okay, let's see next one. So everyone understand, right? What an-nasa? We're talking about only common and proper because it has an al. So sometimes al doesn't sound. Okay, why? Because there's a moon letter and sun letter. You probably learned it when you learn how to read Quran, right? So like we don't say al-shams, we say ash-shams. We don't say al-nas, it's an-nas, okay? But there are letters, there's a moon letters, like al-qamar, okay? Al-kitab, the al is properly sound. In this one, the al get drops out, right? We don't say the al, so it's an-nasa, okay? Because it's al there, so obviously it's proper, because number 2 is words with al is always proper, okay? Next one, haza. Okay, I guess you don't know the meaning of haza. Haza means this. It's a pointer. Okay, we're going to talk about pointers later, as I mentioned. So haza is also proper because it's pointers. Haza means this. Thi is this, and we're going to talk about haza a bit later, inshallah. Huwa means he. Huwa allazi la ilaha illa huwa al-hayyul qayyum. Right? We'll say that way. Huwa means he. So this is a pronoun. I guess you don't know the meaning. We're going to memorize the pronoun soon. Huwa means he, and this is a pronoun, and this is also proper. Okay. Alladhi, we just talked about alladhi, so it is proper because it's ism mausul. Okay. Al-ayati. Is it proper or common? Al-ayati. Proper or common? Quick. Okay, I think Sister Alicia, sorry. She said proper. Yes, it is proper because it has al. You can easily see the al here. Okay. Let's talk the next one. Zakaria. Zakaria, proper or common? Proper, yes, because the name of the prophet Zakaria, and this is also non-flexible because we said the 4 prophets' names are non-fixed. Zakaria is one of them. Although Zakaria's name doesn't have alif maksura, it is an alif at the end. Okay, so it is considered as kind of like alif maksura. So this is also non-flexible, and it is names. So names are always proper. You say first category, proper names are always proper. Next one, Ya Rabbu. Ya Rabbu, brother Dilu, you say Ya Rabbu can be possible. So, it's not always fatha after Ya, okay? Ya Rabbu. So, because of Ya, this is proper. Because that's why I say Ya Rabbu. So, because we say anything with Ya, and the one being called is Ya Rabbu means, oh my Lord, okay? Or oh Lord, okay? So, Ya Lord, whatever you say that. So, this is proper also, okay? I think these are the only ones. Okay, let's look at this one more. Hudan, proper common. Proper common, quickly. Hudan. Common. No, common.
Unsound.
Yes, tanvin there. So yeah, and the confusing part is that the brother who said proper, because he thought like the 3rd letter is the alif maksura. So it's not tanvin, but it is tanvin. Alif maksura is a special letter because tanvin is always on the last letter of the word. Tanvin is always, although there is a word here, alif maksura, which makes it non-flexible, okay, but the sound of it from the dal, it is proper, okay. So huda is common because it's not, huda, okay, like it's like light, and hudan is heavy, and if anytime you see tanvin, basically it's common. Anytime you see tanvin is common, okay. Next one, bayyinatin, proper or common?
Common. Again, thin sound.
Thin sound, it's common again, it's tanvin again. Yes, common. Perfect. Last one, al-furqanu.
Al proper?
Proper, yes, proper because of al. Okay, so let's see who else is proper. Yes, sister, it is proper, you're right. Okay, just one thing to mention, I put these words here. It's a side thing. I was doing the khutbah last Friday in a masjid, and I was talking about Ramadan. Obviously, Ramadan is on our door, and one place Allah talked about Ramadan. The word Ramadan is used only one place in the Quran. Okay, anybody knows where? Well, Shiraz, you should know.
Surah
Al-Baqarah.
Yes. And what ayah number?
Verse number 185.
Excellent, brother mine. Excellent. Yes, verse number 1.
Ramadan alladhi unzila fihi al-Quran hudan lin-nasi wa bayyinatin min al-huda wal-furqan.
Also, that's it.
Then it goes to up to 186.
Yes. So see, you say Shahru Ramadan alladhi unzila fihi al-Quran hudal. Hudan, actually, this is hudan. If you see the ayah, it's hudan lin-nasi wa bayyinatin. wal huda min al huda al furqan. Okay, so Allah actually basically, if you understand the ayah, and this is very important, listen to this. Let me just mute. I think someone is unmuted.
This is all the rules and regulation of the Ramadan, brother.
Yes. Before that, not all the time. Because Allah, first thing Allah said, Shahru Ramadan, alladhi unzila fihi al-Quran. Shahru Ramadan, month of Ramadan, where I have revealed the Quran. Okay, the Quran has been revealed. Okay, it's a passive. Okay, anyway. Then Allah said, Hudal linnas, wa bayyinati min al-huda al-furqan. Allah talks about three qualities of the Quran. Hudan linnas, Hudan, guidance for the mankind. Bayyinatin min al-huda. Proof, bayina means proof, clear proof from the guidance. And it is also Al-Furqan. Allah mentioned three properties. Look at these three properties clearly. Okay. Two of them are what? Common. One of them is proper. You see that? Hudan is common. Bayinat is common. Al-Furqan is proper. And today you will understand why we're learning this Arabic of the Quran. This is one of the things. Okay. If you read the translation, you totally go through the translation. Okay, this is guidance for the mankind. Clear proof from the guidance, and it is Al-Furqan, criterion. In English, it's a criterion. But why don't you think why Allah mentioned two common thing and one proper thing? Why didn't Allah say Al-Huda? Why didn't Allah say Al-Bayyinat, Al-Furqan? Or Allah could have said all common, Hudan, Bayyinatin, and Al-Furqanun or Al-Furqanan. Why did Allah mention one of them is Al? What's the reason for that? There is reason for that. And this is called Tadabbur al-Quran. This is why you stop and ponder and think. Why did Allah say that? Because Hudan is common. What is common? It's general. Guidance was given to the mankind before the Quran also, isn't it? The time of Isa, time of Musa, time of Daud, there's also guidance. Those are the prophet also. So they were also given guidance, isn't it? Clear proof. Bayyana means clear proof. There were clear proof before Quran? Yes, of course. Yusuf has a clear proof. Musa has a lot of clear proof, a lot of ayahs, the miracles, those are clear proofs. Isa has a lot of clear proofs. This is not the first time for Muhammad. But when Allah said Al-Furqan, it was never Al-Furqan before. You know what is Al-Furqan means? It's a complete separation. What is separation means? Separation means, the meaning of Al-Furqan in easy language is separation. The Torah and the Injil and any other books that any other prophets got or any other message they got, they were never complete separation. Separation here means the message of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was mixed up before. What do I mean by that? When Musa gave the message, so it is a message from Allah, but it is Musa's message. Okay? When Isa gave the message, they also recited Injil and they give their message. Dawood, Sulaiman, all of them did this. When the Quran comes, the special title for Quran is Al-Furqan, because Quran is not only the message of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it is the speech of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allah makes sure the speech is also Allah's and the message is also Allah. It doesn't get it. The hadith is message of Rasulullah and word of Rasulullah. That's the difference of hadith and Quran also. Hadith, Prophet told us, and we also follow those. He said this is how to pray. A lot of hadiths we follow. Okay, but Al-Furqan is something else. Also, Al-Furqan, another separation, as the scholar mentioned, it is common because this is something special for the Quran. The other prophets, they have their books and messages, the revelation from Allah, wahi from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And they have separate miracles also. Like as I said, Musa has miracles, his hands become white, his staff became a snake. Isa could, with Allah's permission, could bring the dead from the life, he cured the blind and everything, right? But in the Quran, the message, the wahi itself is miracle. Prophet also has miracle, we know, but that's not the main concern. This is the only miracle that's still there. We can't see Musa's staff now. We can't see Isa to cure people, but for Quran, it is Al-Furqan. The message and the miracle is all together. That is the reason Allah put that Al over there. That is the reason. Okay, so Hudan, Bayyinatin, Al-Furqan. Yes, to you it may be said, but what's the point of it? It is the point. It is the point because this is why Allah put that Al. And this is why you learn what is the difference between Hudan being a common and Al-Furqan being a proper. And there are many, many, many things like this, okay? And when you see this little difference, you'll be amazed to see that. One of the example I'm going to give now also, this is also very interesting. In Suratul Tahrim, Surah number 66, towards the end, the last ayah of the Surah Al-Tahrim, okay, the last and the last part of it. Allah talks about Maryam alayhi salam. And he said, وَكَانَتْ مِنَ الْقَانِتِينَ. Qanitina. Okay. Now, if you look at the qanitina, it's not qanitatun or atun or atin. It's qanitina, like muslimina. Okay. Qanitina. Now, when you say muslimina, is it masculine chart or feminine chart? You tell me. Qanitina. Ina sound is in the masculine chart or the feminine chart? Anybody, brothers?
Masculine.
Masculine. Yes, masculine. But Allah is talking about one person, Maryam. She should use qanitatun or qanitatin. Shouldn't use masculine, because we said masculine includes feminine and masculine. But when you're talking about a specific feminine, so Allah is saying Maryam is from the qanitin group. That's the meaning of it. Qanitin means super righteous, or very righteous. Okay, Allah is saying Maryam is from that group, but Maryam is a feminine. It should be then, and the Orientalists, Orientalists mean people who they learn about Quran to find the faults about the Quran. There are people learning in Harvard and Oxford and everything. They teach about the Quran. They learn Arabic language to find the faults of the Quran. And one of the Orientalists said that, no, this is a mistake. It's a grammatical mistake. Because if you talk about a specific feminine, everything should be feminine. The group should be qanitatun, not qanitina. But that's not it's not a mistake, obviously. Why did Allah say she is from the righteous group? Because Maryam has qualities, that qanitin qualities, it is both for masculine and feminine. We both had to learn from his quality, how righteous she was, how he followed the commandment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what sacrifice she had to go through. All these things are example for men and for women. And that's why Allah raised her rank in such a way that, she is an example for both groups. And that's why Allah used a masculine form, because masculine one, the Muslimina, qanitina, that includes a larger group, feminine and masculine. So that little thing that you learn in the chart, that is now it's proving that, this is why Allah said that one. And as I said, brother, there are a lot of things like this, okay? And you will only know this, never ever from translation. That doesn't mean translation is wrong. Translation has been done for a different purpose, okay? That is to understand the Quran for the people who don't understand Arabic. But we as a Muslim, we should learn the Arabic of the Quran and understand this thing. Then we will understand how beautiful and perfect is the speech of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Look at this. Even if Allah put an al everywhere, nobody would have cared that much. Okay? Allah said, but no, Allah is so perfect and so precise. He knows the Hudan. Allah couldn't say al-Huda. Because if Allah would have said al-Huda, then this is the only guidance. But we know there are guidance before that. Okay. But when it comes to Furqan, it is the only Furqan. Okay. So just want to share this with one, inshallah ta'ala. Okay. So with this, we're going to finish the talk today. But I would like to show you the homework. In the homework, I'm going to share something. I will send you a Word file. In that Word file, you have 112 words, I think. Okay. I gave this last time. Okay. I'll share my screen so you can see the Word file. Okay. So bear with me 1 second. Okay, so this is the file. I'm going to send it to like this. And the words, there's a lot of words here. Okay, 112 of them. Most of them we probably did it in our exercise and everything. Okay, and this is a very good resource for your vocabulary. Okay, so as you can see here, Bushra means good news. Al-Qaybaini, the ankles, 2 ankles we talked about. So I have given the meaning also here. See on the right hand side, you can say Samaun means sky. Man, we just talked about man today. I already gave you the meaning. Okay, Shafatun is leaves. Okay, so this is a good resource for your vocabulary. And there are, as you can see here, 112, I believe 120. I'm not sure. Let me just check. 112 words. Okay, Haq means truth. Okay, Khaddun is cheek. This is also we learned. Okay, the Rihun, the wind we talked about today. So, and the meaning is there. Your job is to answer these 4 properties of each word: status, number, gender, and type. Okay, so if we go back here from the top one, but the answer last time, some brothers and sisters, they answered in the Word document. You can do that too, but when you send the answer to me, I want to give you the answer in Excel file. So I'm going to send you an Excel file also. I'll show you the Excel file as well. So first of all, you can print this out, okay? Or you can keep it on your computer and just answer in the Excel file and then send that Excel file to me. And I will send you the format of the Excel file. I will send it to you. I'll show it to you. Let's see. Tell me, can you see my Excel file? Can you see my Excel file, everyone?
No.
No? Okay. Okay, let me just stop sharing and share that other thing. Sorry, because I'm sharing that one. Okay. Okay. So that is the Excel file. So exactly the same words, and I have numbered them 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 like this. See, up to 112. See here, 112. Okay. So the words are here. Your job is to say the status, and in status you just say R, F, or J. Okay. So R means Rafa, N means Nasab, J means Raf. So if it is Rafa, Nasab, and Jar, then you say R, N, J like this. No space in between. Okay. Don't put any space. If it is only Nasab and Jar, you put like this, NJ. If it is only Rafa, just put Rafa like this. Okay. Okay. So this is your job. And the gender is very simple. Either it's M or it's F. Okay. Masculine or feminine. For number, if it is singular, 1. If it is dual, 2. If it is plural, 3. Okay. So 1 means singular, 2 means dual, plural. And for type, for common is C. If it is proper, it's P. Okay. So fill up this Excel file and send it back to me. And I give you 2 weeks for this, inshallah. All capital letters, yeah, all capital letters. Yes, that would be good if it's all capital letters. Yes, that's fine. So the Word document has the words, 112 words with meanings, and I also put the meaning here in the Excel file. You can see that, right? But you have to look at the Arabic because Excel doesn't have the Arabic one, right? So look at the Arabic words, and then in the Excel file, you answer status, number, gender, and type. Okay. So this file, this Word file, will be a good source of 112 words, more than that actually, because we have done few words also here and there. Okay. And their status, number, gender, and type as it in the word. Okay. As it. So what it could be, is it a Rafa Nasab, only Rafa Nasab and Jar? Okay. Is it a non-flexible or something? Okay. You don't need to mention flexibility, but when you do non-flexible means it could be 3 things. Partly flexible, it could be, Rafa Nasab and Jar or something like that. Okay. So you do that and you send me the file in 2 weeks time. If you need help with that, okay, not the answer of this, okay. If you say, brother, I'm still don't know how to fill up the Excel file or something, you can ask me or email me. It's very simple, okay. So just type it in, save the file, like your file, here, then save it with your name, okay. So I know who is coming from. So save it with your name and send it back to me. So let's look at the words again. So here, so this is the Arabic words here. So if you want, you can print it out. You don't need to print actually. If you have a computer, leave the computer file open like this and then do this way. Okay. So for example, let's share the screen.
So, brother, you sending us both Arabic
Yes.
words as well as the
Excel.
scripted you show
Yes.
us before.
Yes, exactly. So this I'm going to show you here. So you can see both things now, right? Right? You can see both Excel and Word, everyone? Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll do the first one for you. So I can just to give you. So so Bushra, you can see Bushra. Okay, you tell me, brother, what will be the status for Bushra? Is it Rafa Nasab or Jar? Come on, it's taking too long, brother. Quickly. Yeah, Rafa Nasab and Jar. All 3. Why? Why all 3? Anyone?
Non-flexible.
Non-flexible. Okay. Non-flexible. That's why it's 1, 3. Well, how do you know it's non-flexible?
Alif Maksura.
No, brother Ruben, not fully flexible, non-flexible. Yes, yeah. Yeah, Alif Maksura, yes. Okay. What is the gender of it?
Is a feminine, is a non-human.
No.
No, Bushra is human.
No, Bushra is not human, brother. Bushra means good news. Someone's name is Bushra, I know. There's a lot of sisters' name is Bushra. But it's not.
It finishes with Alif Maksura.
Yes, and it has 3 letters before it. Remember the feminine categories, the 6 categories. The first one was biological category. Second was ta marbuta or alif mamdud or alif maksura. And if there's 3 letters before alif maksura, then it's feminine. Okay. Okay. That's why people name, Bushra, the sisters' names are Bushra, but the meaning is not a sister. Okay, it's not a biological thing. It means good news. Bushra means good news. Okay, so this is feminine because alif maksura followed, preceded by 3 letters. Okay, number, good news, because there's no reason for, news is not a plural thing. The news is spelled like this, N-E-W-S. Okay, so number is 1. Okay, number is 1. Okay, and the type is, what is type? Common or proper? Okay, somebody answer in the chat.
Common.
Common. Yeah, there's no reason to be proper, right? Common. There's no I'll or nothing like this. So this is how you answer. Okay, this is how you answer the questions. So that's why I'm giving you 2 weeks. Go through them, think about it, answer that, inshallah. And then in 2 weeks' time, we'll continue on next week with different topics, inshallah. We'll start the pronoun and everything. But you do your project. If you can finish by in 1 week, alhamdulillah, very good. Okay, so that you're up to date. But I know everybody is busy. Next week is Ramadan, Taraweeh, all these things coming up. So I'm giving you 2 weeks, okay? And then in these 2 weeks, we'll have 1 week to have another topic. We're going to talk about this topic. And then inshallah, we look after this one, and I will give you the correct answer of all of this. Okay, I'll send you, once you're all done, I'll send you the correct Excel file so you can match it, or I will tell you who made how many mistakes and everything, inshallah. Okay, so I'll send you today, not today, actually maybe tomorrow, the Excel and the Word file, and also the video for today, inshallah ta'ala. Okay, so with this, jazakallahu khairan, subhanakallahumma bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Yes,
I have a question.
sure.
Allazi is